Boxing fans, Miguel Maravilla here with the recap. Here we go with the highlights. What a weekend it was as the boxing weekend began Friday. Light flyweight and former world title challenger Axel El Mini Aragon Vega scored a 10-round unanimous decision over Saul Baby Juarez. Aragon Vega picked up the WBA Fedecentro title. This took place at the Osceola Heritage Park Event Center in Kissimmee, Florida. And the bout took place on Telemundo. And from Mexico City at the Steve Azteca Studios, it was back with punch as Hugo Hernandez won a unanimous decision over Daniel Valladares. Valladares started very aggressive early on, but Hernandez was able to box well and work his way to a dominating decision. Undisputed lightweight champion Katie Taylor defended her title in another battle against Delphine Persoon. This a rematch from last year's bout, which took place in Madison Square Garden. What a fight it was indeed. Persoon very aggressive from the start, fighting like the much bigger fighter. Taylor was just on her bike the whole fight, boxing well, keeping away, landing some solid shots in the process. It was a good win for Taylor as she edged it out once again. I tell you, these girls can fight possibly 10, 100 times, and this fight's going to be exactly the same. Very close fight indeed. Congratulations to Katie Taylor. What a clash it was between heavyweights Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin. Povetkin was very effective early on, boxing well, very busy, following up with the left hook to the body. The first 3 rounds. However, in the 4th round, Whyte pummeled Povetkin, dropping him 2 times in what appeared to be a Whyte knockout. Povetkin was saved, and to start the 5th round, Povetkin just drilled Whyte as the referee immediately waved the bout. Povetkin, scoring the knockout in the 5th, becomes the WBC interim heavyweight champion as he looks down the line to face the winner of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder's rubber match. Former middleweight world champion Rob Bravo Brandt returned to the ring in over a year, scoring a 5th round knockout over Vitaly Kopilenko. Very good win for Brandt as he looks for another potential world title shot in the middleweight division. Light heavyweight Joe Smith Jr. stopped former world champion Elider Alvarez in the 9th. This a WBO title eliminator taking place at the Bubble at the MGM Grand in Vegas. A right-left combination sent Alvarez through the ropes, and he did not beat the referee's count. Big win for Joe Smith Jr. as he stays alive in the light heavyweight title picture, improving to 26-3 with 21 knockouts. A very dominant performance from the New Yorker. In other bouts, unbeaten junior welterweight Julian Hammerhands Rodriguez scored a first-round knockout over Anthony Laureano. Julian Rodriguez improves his record to 20-0 with 13 knockouts. Middleweight spoiler Clay Collard scored a second-round knockout over Maurice Williams. Making his pro debut, featherweight Duke Reagan scored a first-round knockout over Luis Alvarado. What an impressive knockout. Robert Biggie Rodriguez scoring a first-round knockout over Abel Sariano, previously undefeated. For Rodriguez, he improves his record to 9-0 with 5 knockouts. Junior welterweight Israel Mercado won a 6-round unanimous decision over Adrian Valdominos. In Los Angeles, where former world champion Shawn Porter headlined against Sebastian Formella. Here in the co-feature bout, super welterweight Sebastian, the towering Inferno Fundora. He improved his record to 15-0 with 10 knockouts as he stopped Nathaniel Gallimore in the 6th. Very good win for Fundora as the towering Inferno is slowly making a case for himself at super welterweight, little by little. Middleweight prospect Joey Spencer stopped Sean West in the 4th round. Spencer was just too much for Sean West. Spencer unloaded combination and was just landing them bombs, which eventually forced referee Jerry Cantu to stop the bout. Spencer remains undefeated, 11-0 with 8 knockouts. In the main event, 2-time welterweight world champion Showtime Shawn Porter won a unanimous decision over Sebastian Formella in their title eliminator bout Saturday night at the Microsoft Theater. What a victory it was for Porter. Porter from the get-go was just energetic, fought with this intensity, was just all over Formella. Formella just displaying some toughness and going the distance. This was expected as Porter just demonstrated he is in a different class. A very big win for Porter as he looks to perhaps fight a rematch with the winner of the fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia. As you know, Porter defeated Garcia and was also defeated by Spence in his last fight. A lot of options for Porter. In other bouts, welterweight Justin DeLoach scored a first-round knockout over previously undefeated Livan Navarro. What a knockout, what an upset, as DeLoach hands Livan Navarro his first defeat. Edward Ortiz won a split decision over Antonio Todd in a super middleweight matchup. Very close fight indeed. One judge scored at 77-75 for Todd, but was overruled by the other 2 judges as they scored at 77-75 for Ortiz.